fit are you? How strong are you? How mentally tough are you? And does it matter? So I'm in a martial arts club. This is our martial arts club in the South Island of New Zealand. We have one in Cromwell and one in Queenstown. And I'm asking you this question because if you were paid to be healthy, fit and strong, or if the government gave you a tax rebate, or if your parents said if you go to the gym, or if you get fit, or if you get a lower resting heart rate and a lower body fat percentage and a lower blood sugar levels, and you had excellent blood pressure, I'll give you more money. Would we do it? And the reason I'm asking the question, because it actually happened in here today, there are some parents who would love their kids to be really healthy and get fit and do martial arts. And I teach a class in here for free. It's called Fight Fit for Fun. And it's only 21 minutes and it's puffing and punching. So you get puffed, you get your breath back, get puffed, get your breath back. And the question was asked, would you like to come again next week? And the answer was, if you pay me. So I, of course, responded with, well, I don't get paid. I don't want to get paid because I want to be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of my life. And I want to inspire other people to do the same. But it's a really interesting question and I don't know the answer. There is a little bit of research that you could have a look at, a little bit of life experience. There are some companies in the US, for example, who if their employees go to the gym and the company pays them to go, but if they actually go, they get paid more money. If they have a low resting heart rate, healthy blood pressure, healthy blood sugar levels, healthy body weight, then the company pays them more money. So they go up in rank in the organisation if they are healthier. Now I spoke to a politician here in New Zealand and his answer to my suggestion, what if we had a tax rebate for being healthy or having some biomarkers of being healthy? And he just laughed at me and said, well, unfortunately in New Zealand that would be considered discrimination. But this is very confronting. If you're sick, if you're diseased, if you're depressed, if you're overweight, if you don't function as 100% human being, so you have off days and sick days and all the things that, I'm not talking about bad luck diseases, I'm talking about things that we have full control over. So if the world, as a human race, if we were fitter and stronger, would there be less disease, less sick days, less depression? Would we think more clearly? Would we perform at our best? Would we be better human beings? And of course the answer is yes. Most people wouldn't argue with that. So if you are sick and diseased and depressed and you're overweight and out of shape, are you costing the community? Are you costing taxpayers more money? And of course the answer is yes. Every sick day that somebody has costs the business, any organisation, the government, costs more. That costs money. For me to have a sick day, that costs the organisation money. Now, I don't have sick days and I haven't ever in my whole life because I've never worked for anybody else. I've always had a career that I love, which is doing what I love, which is being in full control of what I do. So I've never had a boss. But that's even more important because if I don't have to answer to anybody. I have to look after myself. I have to produce my own income. So I can't afford to have sick days. But is it possible that fresh air and sunshine and being fit and being strong and having a positive attitude and sleeping deeply will have a big impact on how many sick days you have or how many diseases? Because most of the diseases that we have now are inactivity diseases, aren't they? So coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, most cancers. There's an argument for depression, even some of the horrible brain diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, MS. There's a whole heap of argument now to say that if you're fitter and stronger, that you A, wouldn't get them, or B, they wouldn't affect your life very, very much at all. I'm not asking you to change your lifestyle. It was just an interesting thing to consider today. If we were paid to exercise, would we? And the reverse of that, why would we need to be? If you do something for your body that makes you feel good, look good, perform at your best, have a stack of energy, be able to wear the clothes that you like, to be able to eat as much food as you want to just be able to live your life, as I say, to the max. If you if you could take a pill for that, wouldn't you buy it? And yet there are so many people, and 9 out of 10 people don't go to the gym, and I get that because I don't want to go to the gym either. The only time I'm ever inside exercising is the 21-minute classes that I do twice a week inside a martial arts club. Otherwise, I'm outside. I said to somebody just recently, I used to manage health clubs all over the world, gyms. I've been in gyms all of my life, and now I don't care if I never go into one ever again. I want to be outside in the fresh air, breathing fresh air, not air-conditioned air. I want to be in the natural sunlight, not in artificial light. I want to be able to lift rocks and logs and wheelbarrows full of sand and just be outside all the time. And the reason for that is, as an old lady, I see the world, it's deteriorating, and I wish it wasn't, but our kids are fatter and sicker and weaker and more diseased and more depressed than they've ever been. They're naughtier than they've ever been. We've got so many challenges with mental health, a brain that doesn't function effectively, and I just think that so much of that could be, if it not cured or prevented, at least made better. Imagine a world if everybody was fitter and stronger and healthier, but do we need to pay people to do that? And I just think if the government said today, we're going to give you a tax rebate if you're healthy, fit and strong with these biomarkers, I think what would happen is that the people that are healthy, fit and strong would really appreciate it, and we would be glad to share our biomarkers. Here's my resting heart rate, here's my blood pressure, here's my blood sugar levels, here's my body weight or my body fat percentage, versus, oh, that's very discriminatory, Rowie. Well, I don't ever want to be a burden on society. I don't want to take up doctor's time, hospital time. I don't want to waste anybody's time because I don't look after myself. And if that sounds confrontational, that's my challenge. And disagree with me, get angry with me, I don't care. I just don't want to be that person. I don't want to waste people's time. I don't ever have sick days, and I'll share again, because when you're a healthy, fit, strong person, you don't have to. And it's really interesting because I'm an Australian, and in Australia it seems like a normal thing to chuck a sickie. Well, there's two parts to that. If you have a sick day, you probably shouldn't go to work. I get that. But most people don't even chuck a sickie because they're sick. They just don't feel like it. They don't have the energy to go to work, or they're lying. They're going on a holiday, or they're having a day off just because they don't feel like going to work. Now, to me, that's just being dishonest, and that's stealing. That's just my personal opinion. So no sickies here. No anything that can be prevented and cured by being healthy, by being fit, and by being strong is something I'm going to do. No one will ever have to pay me to do that. In the reverse, I would gladly pay, and I'll use this. How many people spend their entire health and well-being as they're going through life to become wealthy, and then they have to spend their wealth to get their health back? That's never been me, it's never going to be me, and of course you can live your life however you want to. But if you could buy the perfect body, if you could buy a healthy, fit, strong, lean, energetic body, how much would you pay for it? No one would ever have to pay me to be healthy, fit and strong. I think it's one of the most valuable assets you could possibly have in your whole entire life. So I would gladly pay for it. But isn't it awesome that you don't have to? Being fit, being strong, being energetic, having a lean, healthy body that can take you through life and do all the things that you want to do is for free. Now, if you want to live your life to the max, you've got to be healthy, fit and strong, because otherwise you won't have the energy to do it. And it's for free. Fresh air is free. Sunshine is free. Sleep is for free. Getting puffed doesn't cost anything if you don't want it to. You can lift heavy things that aren't in a gym if you want to. Being healthy, fit, strong, lean and energetic is such a simple process. And if you wake up every day as a fit, strong, healthy human being, would it be possible, here's a great question, to live your life to the max? Yeah.